Hey everyone, I'm Julie Coraccio, owner of Reawaken Your Brilliance. I started my business after I turned 40 in 2009. I'd been in a horrible job and thought, you know what, life's got to be better than this. What could I do where I'd be happy, I'd be passionate, and I can support others? And so I came up with my business. I felt my fear and I did it anyway. It was one of the most courageous and hardest things I've ever had to done. And I'm grateful for every day that the previous job had been so horrible because I don't know if I would have had the courage to start my own business. I just kind of jumped into it. I had lots of fears, but I was so exhausted from my other job. I thought it can't be any worse than this. And if it is, I'll go find another job. When I first started my business, I went to a networking event, and the first thing someone said to me is, I hate professional organizers. Well, we ended up having a wonderful conversation, and what came out of that was the direction of my business. I believe you can't separate the personal from the professional, and I'm very passionate about being eco-friendly and being green, and I brought that into my business. And people said to me, you're going to be dead in the water. There's no way you can survive in North Carolina being an eco-friendly professional organizer. I had to follow my heart. I had to follow what my soul felt, and it was one of the best things that I've ever done. Because I was the first, I was able to pioneer the way, and I won a national and regional award as well. I always advocate listening to your soul. I've faced my fears in so many ways since starting my own business. I used to be deathly afraid of public speaking. I'll never forget the first time I stood up and said my name in business, and I thought, oh my gosh, what am I going to do with the next 28 seconds? I now get paid to speak. Starting my own business, pushing through my fears has taught me that I'm limitless, and I always ask myself now, what else is possible? I also got married at 44, so never think it's too late to start or do anything in your life. My business is called Reawaken Your Brilliance. I am a professional life organizer, author, and certified life coach. I support people in clearing clutter in all areas of their lives, whether it's physical, mental, emotional, spiritual, energetic, or relationships, health, finances. If it's clutter, I support them. I also support people in professional organizing, whether it is in their home, their office, or their business. I also help people through coaching and becoming more mindful. When you clear your clutter and focus on what's important, you can create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. I also host a very successful podcast called Clearing the Clutter Inside and Out. My goal is to have everyone clearing the clutter, doing what makes their heart sing, what makes them jump out of bed in the morning. Because if we do that, and if we're all sharing our gifts with the world, what a wonderful place that would be to live in. Podcasting is one of the ways that I have gained clients. I have national clientele, and so it made sense for me to have a podcast. I also do video casts, so I have two different audiences. I have podcasts, which you find on places like iTunes and Stitcher, as well as having a YouTube channel. So I am able to reach two different audiences. I promote my products and services, and so that's been one way. I also network, but I've changed how I network. I'm very deliberate in where I network, and I've also increased that nationally. What I've done is found my tribe of like-minded individuals. And because, again, I serve people nationally, it doesn't really matter where I'm networking or who I'm networking with. What's important is, do they understand me? Do they like me? Do they get me? Or are they on a similar wavelength? Because if they are, they're going to be able to refer people to me. As you all know, you need to have a web presence. The big thing for me is figuring out what social media works for me and not. It's podcasting and YouTube have been the main sources where I get clients. I'm also on Facebook and Twitter, and honestly haven't gotten a lot of business from that. And so I'd encourage you, figure out where you're getting hits from, where people are inquiring, where they're going to your web from, and then concentrate your efforts on that. I also believe in divine timing, and I'll trust that I'll get the clients that I need to support. I also offer a free 20-minute consult to make sure that, one, I can support the person and that I'm a good fit for them and what services of mine might be useful for them. And because I network and have a lot of people I can refer, if someone's not a fit for me, then I try to refer to someone that I think they might gel with. And when you do this and build up that network, people are going to start referring clients back to you. So that's another way I found business. As a solopreneur, I have to wear so many different hats. I'm the writer, I'm the marketer, I'm the podcasting production person, I'm the accountant, I'm the administrator, in addition to doing my job and working with my clients. So the things that I've learned are to ask for support. And that's personally saying to my husband, hey, can you do a load of laundry or make dinner tonight? As well as asking for support from others, whether it's a friend, hey, I need to grab a cup of coffee, I need to hash something out with you, and finding experts to support me. I don't know how to do web design. It was worth it to me, as far as time and money and stress, to hire someone that knew what they were doing and trust, okay, you're an expert. I'm feeling this is a good fit. I'm trusting my instincts on that and going with it. When you do that, you're going to have a good team that's going to be around to support you. I know when you first start your business, it's a challenge, but I encourage you, get your priorities and figure out if you need support and who you need to hire. I belong to a local women's group here in Raleigh, and in our book club last month, someone shared with me a new definition of fear that I had never heard before. False evidence appearing real. You know, we have our preconceived notions, we have our perceptions based on life experiences, and the more I've grown, the more I've learned is really fear is false. It's really not real. With my fear of public speaking, I thought, oh my gosh, they're going to laugh at me. They are going to think I'm awful. What if I stumble? What if I stutter, blah, 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 blah. The mind just kind of went crazy. And you know what? None of that happened. And if anything, people were really supportive. They encouraged me after I paused, just saying my name. They're like, you can do this. Tell us about it. Started asking me questions. I found that the fear is bigger than all the energy behind it, what you're afraid is going to happen. The first time I gave that 30-second presentation, it felt like I lost 10 pounds because I was like, wow, I didn't realize how much I was holding on to and how much this was costing me. So really going through the fire is a lot easier than holding on to the fear of going through the fire. The other way I combat fear is breathing and asking for support. I had something happen the other day when someone who didn't even hire me said, I'm going to take you down on social media. Put the phone down, took a couple deep breaths. I called some people who are social media experts to support me. So they said, if that's the case, here's the plan. What we're going to do, here are some steps that you can take immediately. Now, I was fortunate that nothing came to pass, but that was a fear I had. And I think because I focused on it, it came to pass. But what it proved to me is, and that was a big fear, I can handle it, I can breathe through it, and I can switch it. I can change that energy into something positive. I create my reality. I don't like it, look within, because I created it. That allows me to be aware, to take action, and to move forward. Because I know I create my reality, that allows me to not play the victim and just be passive and not do anything. When I'm aware that I'm responsible for my life, I can move forward and take action to create a different life that I desire. Many of us have had challenges or some really unpleasant or even horrific things happen to us. What I do in those moments is find the golden nugget. How can I find something in this horrible situation that was good? It's like my last job. They were horrible to me. The golden nugget was I started my own business. I am thankful every day that they treated me like they did, because I wouldn't have had this wonderful opportunity to grow and learn as much as I have. Thanks to everyone who watched. Thanks to Blue Labels Boutique for hosting this awesome series. And thank you to all the fabulous, fearless women out there. Go out, clear your clutter to create the life you choose, deserve, and desire. And please remember, no matter what is going on in your life, you are loved. You are good enough. You are worthy. Namaste.